Good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mark with the mic.
What's going on? What is going on?
Chillin', chillin', Mark. What it is.
Just packing. Shit. That's pretty much what I've
Mm-hmm.
been doing. I try to catch up with everything and just been dealing with a lot of other shit. But beyond that, I found out I have a shit ton of stuff, and that's a bad thing.
You
But
better hit up whatnot.
yeah, I might actually do that. I have a lot of stuff there's a lot of stuff that I don't care to keep, so I probably actually
Mm-hmm.
do that. I have a lot of pops that I want to get rid of and things like that. So
Yeah,
there you go. If you listen to this cast, you want pops and shit, hit me up. Hit your boy up. I'll give you a good deal.
do it.
Um, I saw Evo was the big thing this weekend.
Yes, sir.
I wish I was able to see some of it, but I know you did. Yeah, I know you said it was great. I did see the I don't know what to call it, the previews of the new characters that are coming. So,
Okay, so which ones did you see that came out?
well, Terry Bogard for Street Fighter Six, I'm excited for. Even though he looks like he has beady eyes and it looks,
I don't like his face.
I don't like his face either. He looks
Why he
like,
got why he got Street Fighter Five Ken face syndrome? Why they mess his face up?
you know, what he looks like. You know when like someone has bifocals and you take them off and their eyes are really tiny. That's exactly
Mm-hmm.
what he looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see him in action though. I still will probably use him and shit because I always liked him as a character. But uh, the face is okay.
No, it's not. It's
No,
bad.
it's not.
It's not
The
good.
one I was surprised. I was surprised, but like I was telling you off the cast was like I could see why they chose this spot to make him the spot, like to give him the spotlight. It's a Hajime Mishima coming back to Tekken 8. That man never dies. I knew he was not dead. I never believe a Mishima or any Mishima is dead. They don't die. They find ways.
True.
They're very stubborn to die.
I just thought that because the voice actor passed, that they weren't going to have him in the game,
Yeah,
or he was going to be like the last character. So that was my surprise.
yeah.
So good to see him back.
I like the trailer.
Yes, it's very cool. And that's actually they said it's going to be a story DLC that's free
Okay, cool.
to
It looked
introduce
like it.
all
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah. It looked like it because you see like Eddie Gordo and a couple other people like doing some shit. The storyline was pretty good. I liked the story mode, so it gave me a reason to go back to Second Eight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the new girl,
There you
new girl's out this month too. She came out yesterday. Or out
go.
today.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I was happy to see Hajime Mishima. The pop he got was fucking ridiculous. They popped it like it was a wrestling event. It was very loud and very happy. So and I watched Max Maximilian view of it, and he was extremely excited as well. So it was great. It was fun. I know Cyberpunk chick is in Guilty Gear. I saw the preview of it. I just don't know who the character is, and I know she's in the Cyberpunk anime. So I still don't even know who that is. But I know a lot of people are excited about that though. And I don't think Mortal Kombat showed anything. They showed the last character, the newest character coming out, Takashita or whatever his name is.
That's the guy from wrestling.
Oh, that's the new guy. He should be a character in Mortal Kombat. He does
I
like the.
mean, they do own AEW,
There you go.
WB.
Do that the
Got that
spinning
TV deal.
blue thunder bomb. Do a better
Yes,
spikes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. The new character. They show little things of him. I forgot his name.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But how the tournaments go? I know you got to see some of it.
Yeah, it was a good show. I saw that the streams they had up for it. I think there were 7 main streams for Evo, so you could pick and choose which one you wanted. The main games were Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Guilty Gear Strive, Grand Blue versus Rising, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and it says Uni 2,
Okay.
and also MK1 and KOF 15. So those were the main stage games, meaning they had the big presence on the big stages,
Yeah.
and the streams were dedicated mostly to those. The side tournaments, they had a lot of them, but you had to look for them. So I
Nice.
did not see them live. I only got to see uh, some, what do they call it? The restreams, or some people put them up on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can watch, for instance, say the Street Fighter 2 Turbo tournament that they had, the Ultimate Marvel 3 they had Dragon Ball Fighter Z, they had Blaze Blue Central Fiction, Guilty Gear Rev 2, Soul Calibur 6, which surprised me, Samurai Showdown, Ultra Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, Champion Edition, Killer Instinct, Skullgirls, and Melty Blood.
Nice.
Also, yeah, there's even more. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, DNF Duel, which I'm glad that was there. Capcom versus SNK 2. Guilty Gear Double X Accent Core Plus R. Yes, that is the title of the game. Vampire Savior, which is the original title for Darkstalkers. It was the Darkstalkers Resurrection version, so that means it's the one that came out on like PS3.
Okay.
That really cool collection that they more people should have bought. And of course, can't bring out the collection without having a tournament for Marvel 2.
Nice. Did they
That's
do
cool.
any of the old games?
Excuse me?
The older games like X Men, Street Fighter, or they just did the Marvel Capcom too?
Official tournament wise, no. They only
No.
did Marvel
Okay.
2. So you can only win a trophy for Marvel 2.
Oh, okay.
The other ones, obviously, there are more games there that people were playing, but these are the only games that were listed for official tournament results. So,
Yeah.
like, if you got first, second, third, you definitely were receiving your nice medallion or your crystal if you got first. So,
Nice. Do you get money for any of those places?
no. Evo doesn't do that.
I saw Chipotle
Like
being
somebody,
advertised like
somebody
crazy.
sponsors, somebody sponsors. Like they'll have something where they'll have, oh yeah, you get a big old check.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know which particular sponsor this year was the one that gave out the big old check.
Chipotle.
I think maybe it was Chipotle, but again, this year I was surprised to find out they had sponsors from Nike because they had the Tekken sneakers there.
Oh yeah, I
The Nike
saw
sneakers.
the fucking alligator skin
They're
sneaker.
no, they were the bubble. They're
Oh okay, yeah.
I forgot what you call them.
The
Um,
foams,
there you go, the foams. That's
but
the
they
one they
look like
call.
alligator skin.
Well, they had different one. I
The
think the
one
one you're
that
talking about
yeah
is the Devil Gin.
yeah.
There's the Devil Gin. There's the regular Gin, and I think there's one more character that's like a different color. I think there's one for the girls. I think there
Nice.
is. I know Devil Gin is black. Regular Gin is white.
Okay.
I think there's a third color. So most people with the Devil Gins, they were selling the the some girl who's like I think she's a streamer
Okay.
slash fighting game. Like she's a member of the fighting game community and stuff, and she was put out that she had saw them and they were like 250. So I'm like, all right, yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of ridiculous, but they are extremely limited edition. So
Yeah.
I assume they're worth it. I wouldn't wear them.
Yeah.
250 for a pair of sneakers. I'm
There
not wearing them. I would only wear them to Evo. That's
you go.
basically.
There you go.
Um, so they had that. There was some more exclusive stuff. Like they had a lot more little things, but I don't think anything was of that level of,
Okay.
oh wow, there's a whole thing made. So that's pretty cool. I think there might be more interaction between Nike and Tekken, which I will see.
Yeah, they said the DLC. There's
'Cause I
gonna
think
be
there
like
might be
this.
like outfits or something
Yeah, the sneakers
in the
that
game.
are releasing, they're gonna be part in game and shit too.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
you can put it on your
That's
avatar
cool.
and shit.
That's cool. Um, I know the cool thing was Chipotle had the little card that they gave out when you advanced in bracket.
Yeah,
So that's what you saw pictures of people posting the card, the little Chipotle card. That means they won their pools. They
yes,
did not drown in pools. Um,
they got
and also
through
they were
that.
giving out free meals
Yeah, I
to
saw
everybody.
that.
You
They
text the
said it.
code to so and
Yeah,
so.
they did it
Shout outs
before.
to Long Island Joe. I
Yeah,
think he was out there. Just they gave him the free reigns. It was like, yo, give out these codes, and he was giving out mad codes. So that's
nice,
cool.
nice.
So shout him out if you got a free burrito. Um, I think the main stuff though, we can just go through top three for like the first just seven, because it's again there's like 20
Yeah,
games that they had. So
the main games then, the
I'll
ones
just
that
go
you
Street
know.
Fighter 6 first.
Yeah,
Top three we had, and then again they always have their sponsor name first. So his sponsor is Fly, and his name is Punk, and he used Cammy and Akuma.
nice.
Um,
I think I'm watching this fight
they
now.
have NASR, Big Bird. He used Rashid.
Yeah,
Um,
that's who he's
and
fighting.
then there's Ending Walker, who used Ed, which is cool.
Nice.
Uh, that was a surprise. Like his character, most people thought he was a middle of the road type of character, and they found out when they saw how many Japanese people were picking Ed in tournament, they were like, "Oh, this character is good. This character is broken." So now people crying, "Man, why Ed's so good?" Listen, this is what happens when you guys doubt characters and then you don't learn up the matchup. You
Yeah,
think, he's not good. Guess what? He's beating all your asses. Again, still nobody had an answer for Rashid or Cammy because the top two players, that's what they use.
yeah,
It was good to see Bison get high up in the placement though. A lot of people also use Bison,
yeah.
so that means he's a good character. That's good. No, don't stop making bad characters. That's all I say.
I'm waiting for them to bring that down, the next season down price a little bit, and I'll buy it.
And let's see, and then that's like we said, they showed off the preview for Terry. They did not show the full trailer,
Yep.
so I'm assuming he's not almost done yet. He's still in the oven probably, because they said autumn. They did not say fall. They did not say winter. He's a autumn, so that might mean he may be early again, like how the wait between Bison and Kuma, like I said, was shorter than
Yeah.
normal. He might be next month. I
Yeah, I
wouldn't be
could see
surprised if he
September.
was next month or like the beginning of September. Wouldn't be
They
surprised.
usually come out like end of the month, so I could say like the end of September.
I doubt it. If it said autumn and not fall,
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's early
Well, autumn
September.
is fall.
There's a specific timing to it
Yeah.
because fall could be November because that's
Uh,
also fall.
so I'll say September, October, November. Those would be the fall days.
I don't think so. I don't think so because autumn is not that whole period.
But
That's like August. That's like when it's a specific time when the leaves specifically turn brown.
I can see
That's
like
what I'm trying to
because
say.
it looks like usually like when they release characters is at the end of the month, so I could
I
see it
wouldn't go
turn
by
to
that timetable.
no,
We'll see, but I'm not gonna. I'm not
because
gonna.
Bison came out the
If
end
I
of the
would
month
bet
too.
money, I'm not gonna bet money that Tyrese coming out the end of September.
Do they have anything coming out like SNK wise that they will want it to try to hypen it up?
They don't have anything to do with SNK. SNK did put out a game, so that's on them to put out their projects. I would say this SNK Chaos they probably think is the next thing
Oh, okay.
coming from that side.
No, because
But
I
as
would
far
say
as
like say for instance like Mark of the Wolves was coming out, they will probably want to put Terry.
no, I don't think that's
No.
till next year.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think that's
So
till
that
next
makes
year.
sense. All right. But yes, I'm looking forward to seeing him. I could see him again. I think September is gonna be the month.
Hmm.
September. I think September. Who knows? You could be right. It could be August as well. But I'm looking forward to seeing it. He gotta fix
Yes,
his eyes
sir.
though. Fix his eyes.
Fix his face
Fix
is
his
bad.
face.
Let's see, Tekken 8, the results were Arslan Ash, who's this is his fifth win,
Nice.
his fifth Evo win. Um, I like the Booker T memes 5 times. Uh, they had Atif, who is also, I believe, from Pakistan.
Yeah.
So that's another international player. He used Dragonov and Fing. A
Who
lot of
said
Dragonov,
national?
so that's like the number one character they're saying. A lot of people saw it being
Oh,
used.
Nina.
No, she's not that popular.
No,
There's
Arslan
only this.
Ash used Nina.
No, I understand. I'm talking about in
Yeah.
terms of who's the best character overall.
Oh, okay.
It's when you see the matchups and you look at the list, there's like just looking at the characters used, Dragonov is the highest percent.
Oh, I was just asking
Uh,
who
and
Arslan
I was
Ash
saying,
used.
oh, who he used? Yeah, he used
Oh,
Nina.
yeah, okay.
And at number three, Novi used Dragonov. So there you go, another dragon, another one. The main surprise was that like these are the top guys that did not make it to top three. Surprise was JDCR, another Dragonov, and Lohai. These are both I think South Korean players.
Yeah.
Also another Dragonov. And then let's see, where's Knee? Another Dragonov. So there you go. Like those three guys I just mentioned are normally like in top five
Wouldn't
when it
that
comes to Tekken,
wouldn't that
and they all use Dragonov.
wouldn't that like fuck with your strategy if everyone uses the same guy?
No,
No,
because
everyone
yours is
uses a
just
little different.
because you yes, one is that, but number two is just the the mindset is you're using the best character possible.
Okay,
So you have it in your head, you have advantages over everybody anyway. So I was like, who cares?
he's like the tallest character,
May the best Dragonov win.
right? Just like a
That's
bunch
basically
of
what
them.
it was. Um, Guilty Gear Strive. This was a surprise because I don't think I've ever seen anybody like win a big tournament with this character. And it is the player is Nitro,
Yeah,
and he's from NYC. So shout outs to him.
nice.
And he used Jack O, and his secondary was Giovanna, which she was a pretty solid character, but not like the best.
Trying to see who he is. Oh,
But
okay, I know Jacko. That's the girl. Okay.
Jack O's the girl, yeah, the one with the famous pose.
Yeah, 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 I see it.
Um, so like that's kind of cool. She won. But
Nice.
also then again, you go to number two, the player is Tatuma, and it's so, which is widely believed to be one of the best characters in the game. So there you go. And then number three, also very high placing character is the player was Red Ditto
Okay.
and the character was Ramlethal, which is the girl with the two giant swords.
Okay.
So there you go.
Cool.
I think this I would say looking from the list and how this is actually different from most of the games we just said, you can see is actually um, diverse. The character spread. Like you see some people using Asuka, some people using Angie, Happy Chaos, Nagoriyuki, which is the Vampire Samurai. There's Eno, like in top 10, Johnny, Chip.
Yeah. Isn't this the
So like
oldest
Guilty
game?
Gear is very, very balanced.
Is this the oldest game in the main stage?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know specifically by year which one came out because
Well,
Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is also here. I think that's might be around the same time.
oh, okay.
So I couldn't tell you which is the
No, because
oldest.
it makes sense in the way that like people had a lot of time with the game, so maybe developing.
No, but the thing I would say to that is that the balance updates they happen often,
Yeah.
so it's not like it hasn't had any updates.
Okay.
Because with every new season, there's a new set of updates, and specifically for each character, they will do balances and stuff.
Okay.
Um, let's see. Then Grand Blue, Fantasy versus Rising is Aaron Damac, and he used Belial. Uh, Tororo They used Percival and Siegfried, and Koji Koko used a character named Nier, which I think is surprising because the character 2B is in the game, and Nier is not Papa Nier, which I think is funny. Um, I look at this one also. It does seem to have a decent spread. Although I do see a lot of the character Nier, which
Okay.
I saw, and that character is very annoying. Just from looking at her. Um, then we have the throwback game that made it to the main stage, and that is Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, which in my opinion had the best overall tournament, just because I think it had some of the hypest moments, but also it had some of the most vibrant characters playing the game.
Yeah.
So shout outs to what's his name?
There's a lot of
He
returning
came
guys,
in
right?
fourth. His name is Hayao,
Oh, okay.
and he's the guy that used Hugo, and he was a straight up cartoon character the entire time he was in the tournament. If you played against him, I felt bad for you,
Nice.
because if he beat you, he was doing some wacky off the wall poses and stuff. It was great, and it kind of reached a peak when he did the splits. He did the straight up sideways splits on the main stage. It was bananas. Also, he had like a very interesting style of playing the game because he doesn't sit in the chair. Because I think he's just used to the way the cabinet is, so he needed something elevated.
Okay.
So he had his stick in the chair and he was on the floor.
Okay.
So that's how he played.
That's how you throw you off the game.
He was beating people's asses. So
He should have did like the
you
Biggie
got to pay
splits
attention.
while he played.
Did you see the picture?
No, I did not.
You need to see the picture. I put him up on Red Cyclonics Twitter.
Okay. I'll
So
check
if
it out.
you see the guy doing the splits or you see a cart, because lots of cool things that happen. A cool thing that happened over the weekend also was because it's like different fighting games. There's a lot of artists
Nice.
that drew pictures for their favorite characters or specifically characters that won or that had moments. And there's a lot of Hugo pictures out there of him doing the splits while playing the game. So
I
you
see it.
based on that guy. So there you go.
Nice.
Number one was MOV, and he won with Chun Li, Elena, and Ken. It was cool to see him use Elena because he's not one of the best characters. Um, the second place was Issei. He used Yoon, um, which is technically the best character. Chai Rithi, shout outs to the Canadian hero, and he also used Chun Li. And then special mention to Hayao because he just missed out and was
Okay.
in fourth place.
Nice.
So if I have any recommendation, it is find top six for Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. I mean,
Nice.
because
Okay.
it is ridiculous. Also, shout outs to Frankie BFG because he was sponsored by Brooklyn Games.
There you go.
He had Jazzy Frankie BFG was his the sponsor name.
Nice.
So shout outs to Brooklyn Games sending players out. Just saying.
Nice.
And look at that, he got fifth place with his kin. Unfortunately, he was the guy that got caught in the clip
Is
where
this
it
real?
was it came down to like the actual wire. Hugo had no health, and then he had to parry his way out of EX hurricane kick in the air, and then caught him with a combo, and then like the last hit, it was like this cool jump that he did like not by accident, but he went right over Ken's super and then caught him with a clothesline. It was
Nice.
awesome. So
I did see that. I think someone posted that clip. I think you probably posted that clip.
I definitely did, but maybe you've seen it somewhere else because a lot of people were talking about it, which is cool.
Yeah, 'cause I saw it on Twitter, so that's when I
Uh,
saw it. Yeah.
hmm And
Um.
then we have what
Go
else?
ahead.
What?
No,
What's
I
up?
just have a question because I saw you posted it up and is if it's real. The virtual fighter being made by a person that did
Yes, it looks like
Tekken.
somebody was talking to the people who did it. I think the reason they're saying Tekken is because I think maybe some of those people work there.
Yeah, they said the creator of the one of the head creators of Tekken 1 and Tekken 2 is going to be redoing rebooting Virtua Fighter.
So we'll see. Because remember, the thing is, a lot of those same people working back and forth.
Mhm.
So that's the deal. So I'm sure it was a guy who worked on Tekken that probably went to Sega at some point.
Sanchi Ishii.
Again, I wouldn't be surprised if he worked there.
He did a Tobal number 1 as well.
Hmm.
There you go. Interesting. Anyway, go
Hopefully it
back to what
does.
you're saying.
Hopefully it does come.
Yeah,
Like Sega do something.
yeah. Still Nikiru. Been there too. Sega. That's
Hmm.
easier.
I would think they would put Majima in there.
Majin would be dope. I'll take fucking Blaze
Finally,
from Street
finally.
Rage. Put her in the game. There you go.
But like,
Bring back the Hornet.
because they have the pack
Yeah.
or they have the Tekken pack and they have the like a Dragon pack.
Yeah, they do. Cool.
So they have the specific costumes for those characters. So I wouldn't put it past them.
Okay.
But again, well, I will also say even the stuff that the guy who used to be the head of like a dragon,
Yeah.
he's not there anymore. So his feelings about Kiryu fighting women, they may not have to worry about that.
Yeah.
So
Just don't have to.
he may
Yeah.
he may be punching Sarah Bryant in the face at some point. We don't know.
Yeah.
So we have the game Under Night in Birth 2. Uh, the winner was Sinaru, and the character's name is Eltnum. The second place, Mo Sin. The character is Kuan. I think they actually do kind of look like the character from the ring. I'm not sure. um, third place was Notes, and the character they used was Carmine. And then I think okay, we've got two more of the main stage games, and that's it. MK1, no surprise, Sonic Fox won with he used Homelander, Johnny Cage, and Sindel. I saw he won the grand finals using Johnny Cage, which is cool. Also,
Yeah.
the way he won was kind of messed up because he had no health and he just walked the other dude down, and the other guy did not. Because again, you can't just be pressing buttons against Sonic Fox. So him walking towards you was like, oh man. And so it was actually a very cool moment. I did also put that one up too. Um, Second place was Nicholas, and he used Johnny Cage, Baraka, and Rain.
Nice.
Um, and third place is Zeus or Zeus because they spell it differently, and they use Ashra, which is actually surprising because I stopped seeing so many people pick her, but they stuck with her.
Nice.
Also, I would just say it's widely accepted that Johnny is the best character in the game. Also, Homelander is really strong. But I would just point out that it does seem that it has surprisingly MK does have a good spread. Like Scorpion is in the top 5,
Yeah.
and a lot of people said Scorpion is not a good character. Not a
Yeah.
good character.
I remember the last game. I think he was one of the top 5, and this one I hear he was not.
So that, again, people downplaying a character and thinking it's not that good, and it takes a really good player to show you, shut up,
Yeah.
shut up. Um, General Shao, I see a lot of people did pick him, which is cool to see that he's actually a stable character.
Yeah.
The character I'm surprised the most I did not see, like a lot was Kenshi,
Kenshi.
because most people say him and Johnny Cage are top 2.
Okay.
So a lot of diversity. Yes, there were some Kenshis, but not as many as I thought there were gonna be.
Okay.
So, um, and then finally we have KOF 15, and first place goes to Xiao Hai, which he is a longtime KOF player, so it's not surprising that he won. His teams were Geese, Benimaru, and Isla, and his secondary team was Kyo, Benimaru, and Isla. So he switched out Geese. Um, the second place, ET. I did not see if it was the extraterrestrial. His team was Geese, Benimaru, and Isla, so that I did not see the grand final, so I wonder if it was a mirror match. And his secondary team was Clark, Geese, and Isla, and then it says others. So apparently he had a few teams. Third place was Tamago, and he used Blue Mary, Rock, and Benimaru. And then secondary team, Benimaru, Rio, and Rock. So that's interesting to see that Benimaru looks to be like one of the top picks. And Geese, which I'm not surprised. Geese is always good.
Yeah.
So, but then looking through, I see a lot of Rock. I see a lot of Rio. A lot, a lot. Just scrolling through a lot of Rock and a lot of Rio and a
Nice.
lot of Geese. So I guess you could say those are probably the best characters in that game, just
Yeah.
by the top players who used them.
Nice.
With that said, I think the announcements we had. So, like you said, Takeda is out
Yep.
now. I believe Takeda and Farah, when we were talking about the
Yeah. Yeah.
secondary, so she's out. So that's them. That's two characters brand new for you to use in Mortal Kombat One. Well, a character and a cameo. KOF did put up the full reveal for Vice and Mature.
Nice.
So there's two whole characters. They are not similar characters. So that's different. But usually that's what they do. Put them out together.
Nice.
They do not have a gameplay trailer as of yet. I don't think. So you gotta wait a little bit for that. They didn't have an announcement for anything Third Strike related, but they did announce like a new tour. I think it was
Okay.
for Street Fighter in general. So I don't think that was like related to Third Strike, but more Street Fighter stuff going on. So I guess there's gonna be some specialty stuff coming out. Um, Obviously the Marvel Collection. I think they did put the date out. I don't have the date here,
Okay.
but I think that was the thing that came out for that at the end. We already talked about Guilty Gear, and we already talked about Tekken.
There you go.
So that's everything.
There you go.
That's everything main stage. Yep. Again, I think this is one of the best Evos that I've seen. I think production wise, it was good. There was a few things that I think they need to change,
Yeah.
and that is so when in between games, like when they take the extended breaks, they have I give or take a half an hour in between when they do the extended break,
Yeah.
and they don't really put up enough content in between those breaks. So it's usually just a blue screen with the Evo logo with the countdown.
Yeah.
And they had little mini games that they play like on stage, like the rock paper scissors game and stuff, where you play against Justin Wong, and he almost defended his streak. He lost at the last person. It was kind of crazy. Um, and even if you lost to him, you got a PS5 because Sony was out there. That's the other one I was trying to. I forgot to mention because Sony owns the Evo brand now.
Yeah. He did. They do.
They were going like full force with the advertisement for the games for PSN stuff because like that was one. Was that Brown Riker on a motorcycle? Um, they were doing the advertisement for the fighters sales.
Okay.
So if you have PSN, you might have noticed that during the weekend there was a big fighting game sale. Or I think it was mostly the week of. Actually, it was a whole week.
Yeah.
They were advertising a fighting game sale. So they were doing that. There was one on Steam. Kind of feel bad for Microsoft because they got the poo-poo end of this deal because they have no representation and nobody's putting anything out on their systems first. Kind of like, damn. All right. Um, but yes, if you play Justin Wong and you lost in rock paper scissors, you got a PS5, so that's cool.
So people just lost on purpose. Like, I just want the PS5. You can
No, they tried. They tried to get him. They tried.
win.
It's only three choices.
Yeah. I see. Chipotle has something for King. Like you get a little avatar outfit for Chipotle and a Chipotle T-shirt.
Okay. They have the see Chipotle was a broader one because they've been had one. I don't know if you remember the burrito skin that's in Tekken. I mean, Street Fighter.
Yeah, they've been like on
Like
because
they're all over
I
fighting
think
games
I
right
have
now.
gotten free burritos for Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8.
Okay.
I think I have gotten free burritos for the both of those games, or free like when you put in something, a code or something like that for the game, like you purchase the game, you get mad points for a free burrito or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm. So there's that. So that now they're a constant FGC sponsor, which is
The
cool.
official food of the Evo. Them
Yeah, I
toilets
mean
are
it
going to be
was.
dangerous.
It was. I think it's safe to say they were. They were.
Them toilets going to be a battlefield of its own.
That's the other bad thing that I saw. Like the one really bad thing I saw about Evo is that they did not have enough bathrooms because I saw it was lines was like 45 minutes long to go to the bathroom
Damn.
to the men's room. I think the women's was like in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
'Cause that's just to say it was a sausage fest. But so they, but you saw
Yeah.
it, just in and out for girls and dudes just standing. So I imagine people just was like, screw this, I'm leaving the venue to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because remember they're in the Vegas Strip,
Yep.
so
Yep.
get on a go kart, and I'm sure you can find yourself something. Go to the Golden Nugget and drop your Golden Nugget. There you go.
There you go. Free advertisement.
Yep.
All right, we got two things to review. X-Men 97, we have episode 3.
Hmm.
Um, Fired Maiden Flesh. That's the episode's name. Yeah, it aired
Okay.
March 27, 2024. This was directed by Emi Yarmawa. So each episode was directed by someone else.
Hmm.
When a visitor arrives at the mansion with a dangerous secret that threatens Cyclops and Jean Grey's relationship, the team is propelled into a tragic confrontation with an immortal mad scientist. Dun 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 dun.
Yes, sir. So this one we're continuing off the reveal at the end
Yep.
where a second Jean Grey appears. So this one you get the revelation through Beast's testing um, fairly early in the episode
Yes.
that the one who walked in the door was in fact the real Jean, and as accurate to the books, it's the clone that had the baby with Cyclops, and so they're dealing with that fallout. She's losing her mind and refuses to believe it, obviously. While she's gone, while she goes upstairs and the team is downstairs looking at the other Jean, she's visited by Mr. Sinister via the baby radio. And that's when we get the reveal that that is who it is. Um, he's talking to her, basically trying to get her to bring him the baby. And he does succeed in brainwashing her because she has the little red crystal on her forehead.
Nice.
So there you get that turn with her character, and then she is basically her turning the mansion into a house of horrors, and the team has to get through it. Now, I don't know if it's not just her, but also Sinister, because they go through a lot of stuff. They basically end up in a version of hell. It looks like hell for them
Yes.
with all the monsters and whatnot, and the fire and brimstone. No Nightcrawler,
Yeah.
interesting. Um, but eventually, Jean Grey steps in. She comes out of her comatose state. Well, she wasn't really comatose. She was more just kind of broken.
Yeah.
You know, she was messed up. She was still conscious. She wasn't out of it, but she was. I think they said the specific line was she whatever had happened to her, right?
Yeah.
It made her lose control of her powers when they found her. So she wasn't able to do what she could, but when Cyclops and the team were in danger, that's when she snaps out of it and she goes into the Goblin verse, I guess,
Yes.
and she saves them.
Yeah.
So then we have the confrontation, excuse me, between the two of those characters, the two genes,
Yes.
and they eventually come to the conclusion that it's not the right thing to be fighting each other. They should team up and take down Sinister. So the control actually wears off, and then that's where the end of the episode goes. Is they go to where Sinister is. They find his whereabouts, and he has taken the baby already and put him in this green goo.
Yep.
Has to put him in a little stasis, right, to experiment on him.
Get away from the
And
baby.
before they get to the baby, who is Nathan Summers, right?
Yep.
They they find out that he has infected the baby with the techno organic virus. They quickly defeat him, or he runs away because he is weak to Cyclops' optic blasts.
Yeah.
Um, the Goblin Queen basically, while she was there, she was under his control. She's not anymore, and now she understands that what she was doing was wrong, and she shouldn't try to kill everybody. So we get that resolution, uh, and then the only way they figure to save the baby is to ask Bishop what his thoughts are, because this is something that's advanced, and he says, "I know a guy in the future. He's really smart.
Yeah.
We know who that is." And it's interesting because when they go back to Storm's story, we see who they were talking about, and that is Forge.
Yeah.
So that's where we get the revelation is Forge that they're going to see in the future, and he's already here in the present. So, and I believe that's the last uh, image they have is of Nathan and Bishop going into the future. That's what you see for the team, and then they split to Storm in the bar with Forge at the end,
Yep.
and it makes it seem as if he will get her powers back. So there you go.
Yep.
So what did you think about this episode?
I I could agree with what you were saying to me when you first watched it. It felt rushed.
Yeah, everything I think they have a major plot point
Yeah.
that's very important to the future of the team and then important to the future of other teams
Yeah.
because Cable, X-Force, uh, technically also Excalibur because Rachel Summers is a another future character.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole lot of things the from that one thing of them sending him into the future, but it's just like the Goblin Queen was solved in less than an episode, and it's like, huh? That was a whole arc.
Yeah.
Um, like it seems like the way they split it up, Storm's story is getting more of a long-term arc than this got, which I think is weird
Yeah.
because this is a huge thing that happened in the comic books. Jean coming back, like it just for me it resolves way too fast.
Yeah.
How long is that episode? 23 minutes or something
Yeah.
like that? Yeah, they resolved all of it in 23 minutes. And I'm like, I don't like that. I felt it was one of the weaker episodes so far.
Okay. I'll say that I just felt it was rushed. I think they did a decent job in at least telling you what kind of was going on. But again, you kind of have. I feel like it makes you have to like. All right, I read these things. I kind of know what's going on. If you're new to X Men and stuff like that, you'll probably be like kind of clueless of what the hell's going on and stuff. So I feel like that's where like the story is, and they're not really explaining why Sinister, what Sinister did, and things like that. They give you little quits and stuff like that. You could see what he's doing, but you're not really getting the details of it. I think this could have been maybe a two-parter at least to build that story and really go into it. Show like the past experience that Mr. Sinister did, why he was going after Jean and Cyclops, why he's a stalker to them two and them two only, why he's obsessed with them and shit like that. Like I think they should have retold that in a way instead of like again, if you did not know X Men, you have no clue of how much why is he doing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I could agree with that. I'll this episode I'll go 3 with this because I did like some things in it. I did like the fact that she actually cared about the kid more than Sinister as well, so she kind of helped in that way and stuff like that. So it was more for Nate than anything else. Um, I feel like again, this one and the next episode, they're. I feel like these are the two fillers of this show because they feel like filler episodes. They have fun things in them, but they're filler episodes. Because number 5, that's when shit hits the fan. So I think it's still just building little momentum, but I thought it was okay. It was not the best episode.
Score wise, I'd give it a 3.5. That was fine.
Yeah,
It's just I this should have been at least a two-parter, if not three.
yeah,
But
I agree.
it's just that I think they should have changed around some things and maybe held some ideas for season two, maybe. But I think that the thought probably was we only got one chance, so let's just do everything.
I
So
think at this yeah, you know what? No, because they already announced a season 2 right before this even hit, so they knew there was going to be a season 2.
before episode three came out,
Yeah,
I
they
don't
knew
think so.
the
But
moment
they
it
remember
launched.
how long does it take them to make an episode?
The moment well, kind of how they did they they kind of knew within I think half the season was made that they were gonna get season 2, but who
So I
knows?
mean, that wouldn't save this.
But it's still like again, there's still a lot of explaining to do, and to go back to it won't make more sense because now you have to go back and actually explain it when you could have just explained it in 2 episodes and get it out the way, kind of thing.
Yeah, so that's why I say I
Yeah,
feel they didn't think they were gonna have a chance when they made this episode. They just, you know what, let's just do it.
yeah,
So in that context, it makes sense.
yeah. And then we go to our comic book theater, and we have the Kingsman, the Golden Circle.
And this one is 2017. It is rated R. It is 2 hours and 21 minutes. The premiere was
September 22nd.
September 22nd, 2017. It is directed by Matthew Vaughn,
Yes.
and we have him as same thing.
Yeah.
Other different.
Kick ass. The first one.
The first,
First
yes, the first
class.
king. So some good and some bad, we'll say.
Too good.
Uh, Jane Goldman on writing credits, Matthew Vaughn, and then we have the credits to the characters, or yeah, for the Secret Service by Mark Millar and Dave Gibbons. We have Taron Egerton as Eggsy. We have Edward Holcroft as Charlie, Gordon Alexander as Kingsman cab driver. All right. Mark Strong as Merlin, Hannah Alstrom as Princess Tilde, Calvin Demba as Brandon, Thomas Turgoose as Liam, Toby Bakare as Jamal, Julianne Moore as Poppy, Keith Allen as Charles, Tom Benedict Knight as Angel, Colin Firth as Harry Hart, Michael Gambon as Arthur, Sophie Cookson as Roxy, uh, Bjorn Granath as the King of Sweden, Lena Andre as the Queen of Sweden, Samantha Coolhan, yeah, there's an L in there. As tour guide, Channing Tatum as Tequila,
Yep.
Holly Berra as Ginger, Elton John as himself, Jeff Bridges as Champ, Pedro Pascal as Whiskey. Um, let's see, Martin Ford as Glastonbury guard. No. Poppy Delevingne as Clara. There you go. I know Poppy. Who else is there? Was there anybody else significance that I
Not
missed?
really.
Because it seems like it's not in order.
Yeah,
As the further you go down, there's other characters that were
yeah.
important mixed in.
So we
Let me
give
make
our
sure.
random one. Who was the guy that got eaten? Who was the one that got like mixed meat?
Uh, I can't. I don't know the guy's character name, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
And if he was a minor guy, I don't know if he has a picture.
yeah, that is true. Anyway, shout outs to him. He got grinded and they
Shout out to
ate
the
him.
guy. Well, shout outs to Angel for eating him,
There you go.
because that was the guy who ate him. Angel.
Angel ate him.
Yeah, Tom Benedict Knight. Yeah, he
There you
ate
go.
him.
There you go. He ate a person. So what do you think of Kingsman 2?
Oh, you know what? Charles was the guy that got eaten.
There
Keith
you go.
Allen.
It was Charles.
Charles. He ate Charles. I thought it was good. I thought it was a solid movie. I like Julianne Moore's character, um, because she was crazy
Yeah.
and just extremely ridiculous with how she was like, I just want to sell drugs, but I have to hide out here in this jungle. And her whole thing was she had the little diner all the way out there in that secluded place,
yeah.
and then that's the Golden Circle where you have to join that organization. Apparently, you got to eat a man.
Where
Um,
you get a meat grinder that big? Well, actually, you could get a grain meat grinder anywhere because
I
it's like,
mean, when you grinding cows,
yeah,
that's
that's true.
being a man.
It is
So,
true. It is true.
um, but yeah, so there's that whole deal with them, that organization, which is like a, I guess is like a super league of a not necessarily assassins, like super drug dealers.
Yeah.
Like they're not just regular people,
Yeah.
as you see with Angel before he does a boo boo and apparently parties with Elton John,
Yeah.
which is again how they spread that virus around. That's supposed to be instant death
Yeah.
unless they have the cure for it. Um, so I do like how the movie starts with the car chase and stuff, but it that's a double-edged sword for me
Yeah.
because I think this movie relied more on CG,
Yeah.
and you know how I feel about more CG. I don't necessarily think that's the way all the time. I think practical effects in certain cases are the way to go. And I think just a lot of things that when you see it and then you start to see the seams and you go, oh, this is CG. It's like, oh, no, I'm getting taken out. I'm getting taken out. And some of that car chase in the beginning took me out because I was
Yeah.
just like, man, this is a lot of CG. It's a lot of them not being there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the one dig I have mainly about this movie is just that I think it relied a little too much on that.
Yeah. Because I actually like. I like the creativity they had with the action scenes. It's just the CG wasn't the great. Like it threw me off at times.
Hmm.
Like I did like the skyline thing because it looked like that fucking spinny um fucking ride that you see in amusement parks that just spin. They usually they're
Yes.
in the bootleg amusement parks like the street fair
Hmm.
ones, and they usually have that shit. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking about how I would have puked on that dude a long time ago.
Yeah. Exactly. Right.
But I liked some of this. I liked some of the fight scenes. I did like the whiskey men kind of thing. I thought that was kind of cool. It was like a counterpart of what they did, and it's whiskey instead of like the fine things of London kind of thing. They had like more of a get up and the cowboyish kind of shit. But other than that, like again, I'll say the biggest hit was the CG. Like I think they used it way too much. But
What did you think of the main villains?
I liked Julian Moore's character a lot. Like I think that was one of my highlights of the movie was her because she was so polite and very like home warming and things like that, and then she's a
Mhm.
fucking psychopath. So,
Yes.
but she played it. She played the character really well, and I think she was presented really well in this. The angel thing made sense because of the first movie and things like that, and the first fight scene. But again, his arm kind of got me annoyed with the CG and stuff like that too.
Oh yeah, the guy with the arm.
Yeah,
Sure. Again, I thought the most of the stuff was cool.
yeah.
I think like none of it was bad, but it's just like a lot of it is yeah. There's a lot, and then there's way too much,
Yeah, it
and
was
I
a fun
think
movie though.
have way too much. Yeah, yeah, I agree.
I would say it's a fun movie. Lacked like
I
again,
say
this
I would definitely say watch it. Please
yeah.
watch it.
I'll say I'm gonna go with a four. I'm gonna go with a low four, but it's gonna be a four, just because I enjoyed the movie. Like in general, beyond the CG and stuff like that, the movie was very enjoyable. I laughed at when she made the dude ate a burger that was made out of human shit. That shit was hilarious, and I actually
Mhm.
thought she was a good villain. I did like Jeff Bridges. I did like those other characters as well. They weren't like heavy in, but they were fun to see. So I'll go four. I enjoyed it.
This one I'm gonna give uh 3.75.
3.75.
Mm-hmm. Solid movie, but I was taken out of it by too much CG.
All right, so 3.75s. Your 3.75s consist of Hellboy 2, Spider-Man, Men in Black, Hancock, Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance, and the X-Men: Days of Future Past, Wanted.
You can put it. You can put it behind Spirit of yeah, Spirit of Vengeance.
Okay, put it right there. Uh, boom. King. I'll just put Kingsman 2. It's easier that way. All right. Our next movie of our comic book theater is. Dun, 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 dun. Our next movie is Atomic Blonde.
Finally, I get to watch this movie.
And actually, it was the same director as Valerian. So that's
Ah, okay, okay, gotcha.
we talked about it last week. So Atomic Blonde is next week. Thor Ragnarok is after that. Justice League is right after that, and then we kick off
Again,
2018.
God damn it! Can't escape that movie.
So I will say you can watch the Snyder cut or you can watch the regular one. It's up to you. Your
I
decision.
mean, I would, I guess I have to watch some of the Snyder Cut, right?
I say the Snyder cut is more of it's a better movie, and it will have the lizard running Flash.
Oh, that's funny. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
but other than that, so yeah, Justice League. Then we kick off 2018 with Black Panther, Avengers: Infinity War, Deadpool 2, Ant-Man Wasp, Venom, Aquaman, and Spider Verse. Into the Spider-Man into the Spider Verse. So, all right,
Yes,
we can wrap this up.
yes, sir, yes, sir. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. Make sure you check us out anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclonic. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and we got WordPress. Check it out.
Yep. Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, TikTok, and Twitch. All Mark the Mic. Also, check out all our other casts. We have the weekly The Wrestling Babble podcast, the Morphin Cast, the Oz Shell Shack podcast, the Gamer Rage, and the Not a Trekkie. Check those out. Peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the Jinkies.
He's hungry.
Laters.